Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Midwest Picker here. This is going to be a what sold on eBay video, and before I get to that, let's do a quick little office tour. I'm not sure about the lighting, but anyway, so here's the LP. That's the David Bowie album I bought from John, Cincinnati Picker, right there. So I bought a bunch of LP frames from Hobby Lobby. The rest of these are mine from my personal collection. I bought these all when I was in high school, except for one. So these were about $6 or $7 back in 81, 82, 83. There's a story behind that. Stone's picture disc right there. That one's pretty cool. And then you got John Cincinnati Picker. I bought that David Bowie one there. And then the Queen one, that was my first record I ever bought. And then of course the first Van Halen. This was my dad's. He loved the soundtrack to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So I also pulled this out of storage. This is, I used to collect patent medicines. I still like them, but this is a little vintage cabinet. And maybe I'll do an unboxing someday. There's a bunch of stuff, and it all still contains the medicine in it. So whether it's pills or liquids or balms or whatever, some of it's super old, some of it's not so old, some of it's leaked. So I know some people like to empty it, make it safer. I just thought it was pretty cool, so I don't know what I paid for that. And then I got my, of course I got my Enaman. That's from Kevin, Commonwealth Picker. Check out his channel. And then I got my mug from my guy. So I guess this means Lonnie is my guy. That sounds kind of weird, but super nice guy. Garage flips. Got his card there. Got Cincinnati Picker's card there. Got Kevin's card there. All kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, that's kind of a mini tour of my LPs. These frames are cheap at Hobby Lobby. They were on sale. I got them 50% off. I believe the singles are $7.99 and that double one was only $9.99. So not a bad deal. So I don't know if I'll go around there or if I'll go down the wall with more LPs. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. Alright, that was the quick little office tour. I love that LP from John. That's pretty cool. So I'm moving over a little bit so I can put the pictures up here a little bit bigger because I think that helps a little bit. So let's get right into it. So the first one here is blank cassette tapes. Now these are sealed in the package, brand new. I don't recommend you try to sell blank cassette tapes that have been opened and used. They're virtually worth not anything unless they're metal tapes. Those blank tapes are worth a ton of money. But these are just regular bias blank tapes, and I think I found these in storage when I pulled out that Queen album of mine, or all the albums of mine except for the one. I've owned these for, I'm thinking 15 years, maybe 20 years. They've just been sitting in a box in storage, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to see what they're worth. I think I looked them up on eBay maybe 10 years ago, and they weren't really worth anything. So if you do hold on to stuff that you already own, and you do comps and you look up comparables, and say you have something like a Precious Moment or a blank cassette tape and it's not worth much, just hold on to it because prices change, fads change, and collectability changes. Well, now these are worth something. So basically these are free. I sold them for $14.95 and these things sold within 8 hours. So another rookie mistake. I probably could have asked for more money. Everything I list on my eBay store is or best offer. The guy didn't offer me anything, he paid up. So $14.95 out of free, that's not too bad. The next item is this Remington shaver. I bought this at Burley Park. That's in the video down below. Maybe I'll link it below, but a few episodes down from this one, maybe around 32, it's a Burley Park. I'm wearing the really nice Hawaiian shirt, sporting a nice hat. I bought it there for about $4, I believe. So this is new old stock. It's still brand new in the package, but it's kind of old, 2004 or 5, I believe. So prices were uncomparable because there was only 2 on all of eBay, and they were both used and for parts only, and they were like $11, $12. So I had really no idea what it's worth. So I put it up for $24.95. Got a lot of views and a lot of watchers. Within a day or two, I had people making these lowball offers, probably eBay snipers or other resellers. I just either ignored them or declined them or counter offered to something higher. But eventually somebody offered me $19. So I said, you know what, I'm going to take it. So I sold it, and they were happy. They were thrilled. The next one is a saucer. It's right up here. This is part of a haul even further back. I don't even remember which one. It was the mega haul at Goodwill where I bought about 64 of these dishes for $34. So roughly 50 cents a piece-ish. You know, the math isn't perfect. But this saucer I had for $12.95. I took a best offer for 10 bucks. All of these things are shipping on top, by the way. So I turned 50 cents into 10 bucks. That's not so bad. Next one is Craftsman sockets. Anything made in the USA that's a hand tool will sell. If it's SK, Snap-on, Craftsman, there's others. I believe Old Stanley are. They sell really well. You just have to get them cheap. So these I kind of paid up about 2 bucks for these. These, if you're familiar with sockets, it's a 1/2-inch drive. So they're a little bigger, a little more expensive. But for 2 bucks, I had it for $15.95. A lot of views, a lot of guys watching it and stuff, but nobody making offers. It was kind of weird. I think they were just comparing mine to other people's listings, but some guy offered me 13 bucks, so I took it. So basically, I'll put the numbers up here too. So I paid $6.50 for just these 4 items, and it returned $59.90. Now, one thing I want to talk about too, I've been getting questions from people, is this is gross sales. So if you see other YouTubers talking about BOLOs, be on the lookout, or this is what sold on eBay. Sometimes they just give you the gross sales price and then they leave it at that because it's too complicated to talk about what your net is. So, but I will cover that real quick. So like I said, $59.90 in gross sales. So take out the eBay fees and the PayPal fees. It's about $52-ish. Pretty close. I did have to eat some shipping, so if I charged a flat rate of $7 priority shipping and it came to $7.45, I paid the 45 cents out of pocket. So I did have to eat a little bit of shipping, maybe $1.50 for all 4 of these. That's not a big deal. I'm pretty good at predicting what the shipping should be. Cost of goods was obviously $6.50. I just mentioned that. Shipping materials, you know, bubble wrap and tape and the labels that I had to buy. So, you know, you're talking cents, maybe 15 cents in shipping materials. So my net at the end of the day is about 45 bucks. So you could say $6.50 cost of goods, or was my expense, or what I paid for the items, if you're thinking of sourcing at garage sales, flea markets, thrift stores, basically turned $6.50 into $45. So when I do put this on my taxes, because anytime you earn money, if it's babysitting, if it's reselling, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The IRS doesn't care. You have to claim it. So I do keep track of this, so that's 45 bucks. Not a big deal. I'm a hobbyist, part-timer. I don't know, I net $600 to $800 a year. I'm not gung-ho into this. It's not a business or anything, but I do claim it. So when I do taxes, there's a miscellaneous category. So if you did any babysitting or you had a yard sale or whatever, the IRS technically wants you to claim that as income. Now, of course, if you buy a shirt brand new at Macy's for $100 and 2 years later you sell it at a garage sale for $50, that's a $50 loss. So I would assume that $50 you would not want to claim it on your taxes as income because you're losing money. But if you bought the shirt at a garage sale for $50 and sold it on eBay for $100, then that's a $50 net gain. But I have to say this, I'm not a CPA, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a tax expert. This is entertainment purposes only. This is not advice. This is just fun. So if you do your taxes, I highly suggest you use either tax preparation software, like I use TurboTax. H&R Block has good software. The IRS has free software. Or you hire a tax consultant or someone to prepare your taxes for you. And just be honest, just keep track. I keep track of all my receipts. When I make purchases, they're all in here. I keep a journal of all my travels, so when I go thrifting, flea markets, anything like that, it's all recorded. So I have all the mileage written down. So if I ever get audited, I can subtract the cost of my mileage, because you get to do that. So hopefully, cross my fingers, and never get an audit. I don't think they care about, you know, small potatoes like me, but you never know. So yeah, keep track of everything. I don't know how this video turned into a tax video. It's not a tax video. I'm not an expert. Don't listen to me. So this is what sold on eBay. These are the 4 things. I turned $6.50 into $45. and then I showed you my new LPs, little mini office tour. So put your questions down below. Of course, give it a thumbs up. But if you have questions, the purpose of this channel is to help new people to reselling, especially eBay. But I am selling on Mercari now, so I have a little bit of knowledge with that. But put your questions down below in the comments. Shoot me an email. The link is below. If you want to see what's sold on eBay for me instantaneously, my Instagram is linked below too. As soon as I sell something, I usually put it right up on Instagram right away. So I think I covered all my bases. If you haven't subscribed and you just landed here for the first time, subscribe. The first video, episode number 1, explains what this whole channel is about. So if you're kind of confused as to who I am and what I'm doing and who's this Kevin guy, who's this John guy, who's this Lonnie guy, the first video will help kind of explain what this is all about. That's it. This has gone on long enough. Midwest Picker, thanks for watching.